Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. It's Williams with the drive. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And for those who are tuning in for offensive fireworks, Doris might be a little disappointed in this one.
Right, Kev, but if you love gritty defensive play, this is the place to be. Listen, we may not get spectacular buckets, but I guarantee you every point is going to be well earned. Well, the three-point shooting of Kristaps Porzingis is so prolific, you've got to guard him out there.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
To the right side. Back to White. The screen from Brown. White goes in. Out to Porzingis. Holmgren with the steal. A wide open look here for Caruso. Offline with his three.
And you watch Jason Tatum year to year. He is a model of consistency across the board. The numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
Boy, that jumper is as pure as it gets. Jason Tatum off a pass from his teammate makes easy work of it. Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Pass to Holiday. Back to Porzingis. The kick out to Tatum. From deep. Caruso grabs the miss.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Near the three-point line, it's Holmgren. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
A silky smooth shooter. Holmgren makes it look so effortless at times.
Oh, my goodness. Jason Tatum, you've got to be kidding me. How pretty was that?
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Caruso. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake. Outside Tatum. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go. Holmgren can't hit. Tatum on the wing. He has 5. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City.
You bring a level of awareness and quickness. Gilgeous-Alexander has both, and it pays dividends there.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, well, like a lockdown corner in football, teams just try to keep the ball away from Jrue Holiday. He says, I feel like they're not afraid of me, but like, okay, get him off the ball. To me, that's respect. I don't need other people telling me how good I am. You can see it by their actions. Kevin?
So true. He can be intimidating, David, and we thank you for that report. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Left side, Williams. To the inside. Holmgren in the corner. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Well, DB, it didn't take long, did it, for Holmgren to live up to his draft status?
Holmgren, Kevin, was an immediate impact player on both ends of the floor. At his size, to be able to shoot with range and the rim protection he provides, it was absolutely worth the wait for his team. This young man has got a toughness that has shocked even me.
The shot's good from Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's a tie ball game.
Well, that's SGA in a nutshell right there. Quickness, length, guile, finishing on the interior.
White, good.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Inside. Porzingis with the steal. Pass to Tatum. Caruso with the steal. And now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, the fast break chance. Oh, and the jam by Williams.
We are talking about a 6'6" point guard. Shea has got a great view of the floor. What an easy pass.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Holmgren the screen. Caruso. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Pass to Tatum. Now Brown. Outside White. Again the miss by the Celtics. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Tie game in Boston. We'll get things started in the second quarter when we return.
10. Look under. 10.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. When you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
They set a physical tone in the first, and that really showed on the backboard.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander after the basket by Boston. To the paint. Here's Holmgren. Porzingis with the rebound. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Doors, do you think the Oklahoma City Thunder has the best young core in the NBA?
Well, they are absolutely loaded with talent, Kevin. Not only that, they fit together. Now they've got a perennial MVP because Shea Gilgeous-Alexander has inserted himself into the best player in the game conversation, and a rising star in Chet Holmgren. Look out. Boy, Lou Dort was dialed in from distance. You give him that corner look, he's taking it.
Out to White. From past the arc. Trains the three-pointer. White's got 5.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Now guarded by Tatum. Shot clock at 6. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. The Celtics with the lead. Right side Holiday. Pass to Porzingis. Back to Holiday. Outside Tatum. Over in the corner, Porzingis. 3 on the clock. Now, here's George. He's got 5. Outside Williams. Here's the floater. Nice D from Porzingis. Here we are sizing up GA Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
Now Holmgren after Jason Tatum missed on that last three-pointer. Caruso with the ball. Now guarded by Tatum. Holmgren gets the bucket. Holmgren's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And looking to get stronger, Holmgren fights through the bump. Tons of time for him to grow into that frame. Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. And here now the Thunder following the bucket by the Celtics. Holmgren with it. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one is on Holiday.
And you know teams are going to be physical with Holmgren, but he's aggressive, and boy, he plays with passion.
And Chet Holmgren's been a great player from day one, Doris. What do you like most about his game?
I don't know which aspect to pick. This guy is a great rim protector. He can shoot the basketball from three-point territory and with great range from three. But maybe my favorite aspect is the competitive toughness he brings on a nightly basis.
Holiday with the three. The Thunder pull it in. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren the screen. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Caruso looking for an opening. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Brown outside. Here's Tatum. He's got 5. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Jumps up. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
Now, this is about knowing where to be in these situations. And Gilgeous-Alexander doing a beautiful job getting to the right spot.
Good on the three-point shot. Brown's got 5 points now in the quarter. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Driving to the basket. And the shot goes down. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 points.
Yeah, you see this. Teams try to get physical with Gilgeous-Alexander, but he's willing to play through contact on drives. Nicely done.
And here's Tatum for 3. Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession.
Number 55, Isaiah Hartenstein.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Thunder lead by 1. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Greg, you look at the great coaches. What are 1 or 2 of the most important qualities for success that you see?
Well, for me, Kevin, I think you got to be able to adapt tactically. I mean, that's huge, and especially in the playoffs. But most important, can you motivate and unify a locker room? That leadership quality is what really puts a coach over the top.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, the Celtics can beat you in a number of ways. Point guard Jrue Holiday said, "We can play small and big. We have great bench players who come in and change the game at any time and could start on other teams. And we have a hunger." Kevin, they're going to be a problem for a long time.
Agreed. Yeah, they are stacked, DA, for sure.
Well, coaches might discourage that kind of look, but he'll take it anyway.
Celtics passing it around. Back to Porzingis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Screen by Porzingis. down low. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Porzingis has got 5.
In a pick-and-roll game, the length and athleticism of Kristaps Porzingis is going to be a big-time problem.
And here is Dort. He has 5. Left side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Williams can't hit.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good look.
He gets it in there.
Well, Jason Tatum has proven he can score at the NBA level, but you want to see him share the basketball pretty fast.
And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
And an intentional foul there, GA. I wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Looking over the floor. The kick out to Tatum. And another miss by Boston. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They lead by 1.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, 7'3" doesn't need much of a vertical, easy finish for KP.
Left side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Double team on Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 5 to shoot. Hartenstein. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Really makes the basics look pretty exceptional. Count that one. Holiday's got his second bucket.
A really smart player. Holiday can find the spaces inside and exploit them for points.
And stolen by Tatum. White with it. Dort covering. Porzingis inside. The kick out to Tatum. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Pass to Dort. To the middle. Here's Hartenstein. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
Boy, wide open teammate. Really pretty pass by Lou Dort. No hesitation there.
And there's the foul. We're going Alex Caruso. That's his first foul. And Boston has possession. 4-point game. The kick out to Brown. Boston, no good that time either.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. And it goes down 2 points. Hartenstein's got the lead up to 6 now for the Thunder. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Brown outside. Pass to Tatum. Left side, Horford. 5 on the clock. The Celtics need to get a shot off. And a dunk by Horford.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations.
Fans on the court is your hot squad. We know you all want a t-shirt, everyone. Won't we hear you get loud?
Now Waltz. Here's Joe. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Isaiah Hartenstein making things happen for Oklahoma City.
The Thunder, 36.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. A short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Listened in on what Joe Mazzulla told his team. His emphasis was for more effort on the defensive end. He said we have to do a better job of communicating and helping each other out. They're getting too many easy looks. Let's make it hard on them. Kevin, they're going to have to if they're going to slow down the hot shooting of their opponent.
Thanks, David. To the inside. Brown, good.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
No doubt, keeping it very close. They're going to have to step up even more to get over the hump here.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And stolen by Horford. On the wing, Brown. Down low. It's tipped. Pass to White. To tie it up. That one doesn't drop. Excellent D there from Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Picked up by Brown. And here is Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And attacking the rim. Holmgren making excellent use of that height inside.
The kick out to Brown. In the corner, Tatum with it. Clock is at 3. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound. The Thunder lead by 4. Pass to Williams. Outside, Dort. Top of the key, Gilgeous-Alexander. To the paint, Holmgren.
And you can feel the excitement in the building. Both of these teams pouring it on.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle them up right away. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Inside, and Brown throws it down.
Yeah, Brown makes himself the best option in the pick and roll there. That's beautifully done.
Pass to Williams. Out to the right wing. Now here's Caruso. To the middle. Outside Tatum. Brown right side. Second shot opportunity. Outside, Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Wow, Porzingis, no hesitation in the balance of the game. He delivers.
Pass to Holmgren. Count it, number 5 from the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11.
Unflappable. I mean, no moment is too big for Holmgren. They needed that basket.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Now Holmgren. Here's Caruso. Some solid defense from Brown. Outside Holiday. Outside White. Misses the 3.
Simply put, a bad shot, guys. They all know they can get a better look than that.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Picked up by Brown. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And something I like about Holmgren is his ability to run the floor. A 7-footer who can get up the court in a hurry and get to the rim before the D gets set.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. And it's a 6-point ball game.
Well, just knocking them down from the charity stripe, extending the lead. Simple basketball.
Down low. Over in the corner, Brown. Knocks it loose. Pass to Tatum. Looking to get back on track heels. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Man, you can get chills watching Jason Tatum want to deliver in the clutch.
It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, by virtue of skill and temperament, so ready to deliver in these moments.
Here's Porzingis. Outside Holiday. Pass to White. Tatum with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 4 to shoot. It's in! And now they trail by just 4.
Well, Jason Tatum, in a big moment, he is unafraid.
.27 seconds left in the game. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, wow, unable to get a shot off in time, and they turn it over. A very unfortunate time there to pick up the shot clock violation. Now a timeout called by Boston. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And what's their best move at this point?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
They need to score, and they need to do it quickly, but it is still possible here.
On the inbound, and the rejection by Holmgren.
Already set the Summer League record for blocks in his first game. Holmgren, one of the best young shot blockers in the league. Oh, and how about squeezing the orange as tight as he could there before the stuff?
No way he's going to lose that thing on the way up. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke.
And this is Brian Anderson, along with Grant Hill and Brent Barry. Allie LaForce, our reporter tonight. And so off the tip, it's Oklahoma City. To the middle. Here's Caruso.
Wow, that is awesome to see the small man challenge the big man. Sometimes when you jump, you can be taller than the big fella.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He wants to review the game plan.
On the court is your fighting squad. It's time for T-shirts.
Center position is obviously a point of strength for both of these teams, Brent.
Do you believe, BA, that these guys are coming in and not thinking about that very same thing? These guys want to test each other tonight, and you wonder, whoever gets the best of the other guy, will that elevate the next couple weeks of play for them in terms of their confidence? So a big man battle, let's keep a close eye on.
Williams on the wing. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And the big finish by Holmgren.
Yeah, the defense making it way too easy for Holmgren. Gotta push him farther out than this.
Knocked loose. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tatum. Now let's send it over to Allie LaForce, who was able to talk with Joe Mazzulla.
Our topic was how he'll defend Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Coach was straightforward, saying Shai demands so much attention with the ball that he can warp a defense. We'll need to stay disciplined and not get caught watching the play. We'll see how that approach works out for them, guys.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Now here's Tatum. And stolen by Williams. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. Now Dort, defended by Brown. And here we go, the Celtics on the run. Out of bounds, the Thunder will take it. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's a 5-point game. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
Here's Porzingis. Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
Yeah, no need to settle for a layup with Porzingis inside at that size. That's an easy jam.
Inside. Well, it's rare to see a young player as efficient as Jalen Williams, Brent.
BA, it's been remarkable, especially when you factor in that this guy is relied on for a lot of shooting. I mean, his shooting volume is very high. This is a blossoming star for this team, and I'm not sure we can put a ceiling on what that potential is.
This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talent would be better suited elsewhere. He is such a smart player. Jalen Williams making people around him better.
Here's Tatum, and he makes it on the layup.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
1:57 left in the first quarter here. Pass to Dort. Here's the three. Here's Williams. Here's Holmgren. And that one's on target from the wing. Holmgren's got 6.
Yeah, it's certainly room for growth from Holmgren in the mid-range. But good to see him taking the shot rather than passing on it.
Who poked away. And stolen by Williams. Pass to Holmgren. Dort outside. Here's Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Holmgren. Lays it up and banks it in. Give him 8 points now.
A beautiful finish through contact. That's the dog in Holmgren.
Outside Tatum. Down low. Porzingis. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum.
CTH, can't teach height. Porzingis is big and completes the play.
And there's the whistle. The illegal screen is the call.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Gotta hold firm or you're gonna get a call.
Now here's Brown. Yet to see a basket. Pass to Dort. Outside, Williams. To the inside. Holmgren with it. Defended by Porzingis. Holmgren with it. Give him 8 points now. That one goes in.
And this is where Holmgren is such a scoring threat. His size can make interior shots easier to find.
And there's the whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Outside Holiday. Porzingis in the post. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall.
With the score.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with a
The Thunder. 17.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. All right, guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Thunder?
Yeah, they're just attacking on defense, getting those hands out and knocking the ball free. I really like their energy defensively.
Out of bounds.
And so the ball out of bounds. Brown touched it last. Now Gilgeous-Alexander to the paint. Here's Holmgren. And the big finish by Holmgren.
And this is why so many are high on Holmgren. His ability to dominate games with his scoring.
And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kick ability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or a spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
Personal foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Here's Tatum. Rejected by Holmgren.
And you can't forget about Holmgren's reach, especially when he's nearby on defense.
Poke loose. And stolen by Williams. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
Oklahoma City shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And coming off a major injury, Chet Holmgren was unbelievable in his first full season, Brent.
Doesn't it feel like, B.A., he poured the concrete and a solid foundation for what his career is going to be all about? I mean, a terrific big with skill, size, toughness. The sky is the limit for this guy.
Oh, Porzingis getting it done inside.
All of that happening because Porzingis moved well off of the screen to find the space.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Brown with the steal. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
Having added so much strength, Tatum can take the contact and stay balanced.
Boston shooting their first free throw of the game here. You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken, but that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
4 on the clock. And it's Holmgren missing. Celtics trail by 8. Here's Tatum. Too easy for Tatum, even with the contact.
And sometimes you forget how long Tatum is, and he's terrific at using this to his advantage inside.
Pass to Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander looking it over. Caruso with it. Back to Williams. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. On the wing, Tatum. He's got 9. Ooh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams with it. Now guarded by Brown. Offensive rebound. Dort for 3. Pure from 3-point range. Dort's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, if you're looking for a 3 and D player, Dort plays D, and there's your 3.
Here's Holiday. Pass to White. Stolen by Caruso. And a fast break now for the Thunder. Finished off the break. And now an 11-point Thunder lead.
Don't judge Holmgren by his size. He does have a passing skill set, finding shooters and getting them the ball.
Outside Porzingis. Porzingis puts it on the deck. Good efficiency. He's drained 4 out of 5.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
And shooters must beware. Porzingis is down there lurking.
Coming onto the floor for the Thunder, number 55, Isaiah.
1:10 left in the second period. Shot clock at 5. Here's Caruso. That one's wide left.
Yeah, you have to knock those down. Open shots inside the arc are rare in this league.
Here's Holiday. Here's Tatum. The rebound by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights that bucket is automatic.
.36 seconds left in the second quarter. Shai with a step. Marked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. And we've got a timeout call by Mark Dagnall. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page.
If you see yourself on the big screen, then you know what to do. Show us your moves. We have a dancer.
Celtics trail by 9. Tatum feeling it out a bit. Pass to Holiday. Got a piece of it. Outside Tatum. And Holiday powers it home.
And don't forget about Drew Holiday. He's got some ups. More than capable of getting up there to the rim.
Outside Joe. This one for 3. And that's not going to go. And we finished off one half of play. It's the Thunder up 7. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. And last season, Brent, many believe that SGA was deserving of the MVP award.
Well, he made such a strong case, BA. I mean, finishing in the top 3, that is remarkable. He led that young Thunder team, again, to the #1 seed in the Western Conference and averaged 36 and 5. He also led the league at 2 steals per game. What a season.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, Brian, Chet Holmgren said, quote, it's exciting to have this sort of success early on because it's just rare for young teams. But at the same time, we cannot let it distract us from how much better we have to get. Hopefully, we have a long runway together to figure things out. Brian?
A chance for great things, Allie. Thanks for that. NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Grant. Is the league too offensive at the moment, you think?
Well, we know that people like scoring, the fans, players, everyone, but the league needs to make sure there aren't hamstringing defenders too much. So I think allowing some more physicality incentivizes the defender to defend, and now we have competition on both sides of the ball.
And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Lou Dort. That's his first foul of the game.
And that puts them just 1 foul from the bonus.
Here's White. Pass to Brown. And Brown knocking down the triple.
A dangerous shooter from all areas. Brown's eyes get real big when he shoots these corner threes.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Down low. Caruso outside. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Clock at 6. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. Williams with 1 on the clock. Porzingis grabs the board.
You have to really like his energy getting to the rim there. Shocked that he blew the dunk, but you know most times he's going to posterize his man.
Now here's Tatum. He's got 11. And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Just 5 on the clock. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. Brown can't hit.
And even though he couldn't send the shot back at him, he certainly altered it.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
Pass to Hartenstein. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. Hartenstein's got his first 2 points. Out of bounds is the Oklahoma City's ball. And over the last few years, SGA has emerged as an all-NBA level player, Brent. What's been the key to his success?
I think the key, BA, to him is his confidence. I think that he feels like he is overlooked on a nightly basis and does not get the respect he deserves. So he comes in with that chip on his shoulder, and he plays the entire game coming at any defense that people throw at him.
Sinks that one from the post. Holiday's gotten his second bucket.
Well, a longer point guard out there, Drew Holiday, can score close into the rim with that kind of size.
You gotta love his unselfishness, and you know his coach does as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
Now here's Caruso. Toward outside. Pass to Williams. The three. Boston pulls it in. 1:52 left in the third quarter. Now here's Holiday. Inside. Here's Porzingis. Another basket. He's now 6 for 7 in the contest.
Porzingis has shown us signs of a little bit of everything here. Scoring, skill, dominating offensively.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. It doesn't go for him. Pass to White. Lets the three fly. Hartenstein pulls it in. And so it's Caruso who brings up the ball for the Thunder. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game.
The turnover leading to the turnout. That's a fast break. And Dort finishes it off.
Now here's Tatum. 11 points in the game. To the inside. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
There are only a few players who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
To the middle. Here's Dort. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Terrific body control from Dort, setting a firm pick and then rolling to the gap.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. On the wing, Caruso fires the three. Porzingis grabs the board. Celtics trail by 8. Outside Holiday takes the three. He drops it from range. Holiday's got 7.
Boy, does that help. When Drew Holiday's connecting from the three-point line, it opens up so much of the floor.
And here's Caruso outside. And we've reached the end of the third. Oklahoma City ahead, leading by 5. And time.
The Thunder, 40.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Oklahoma City leading by 5. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Caruso up top. Pass to Hartenstein. Rebounded by the Celtics. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, BA, that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
Oklahoma City making a switch here.
Coming onto the floor for the Thunder.
White for 3. Williams grabs the board. Here's Holmgren. The focus from Holmgren there.
That was execution to perfection. Textbook transition offense.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Right side White. 6 to shoot. Porzingis sets a screen. From downtown. White can't hit. Oklahoma City leading by 7. And that's an intentional foul.
Derek White, second personal foul, first team foul.
Dort outside. Down low. Here's Holmgren. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Grant.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer pro-am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year. Already an elite shot blocker. And what you immediately notice about Chet Holmgren is his uniqueness. He's got size, but also tremendous agility. He can hit outside shots or battle down low.
Outside, Williams. To the inside. There's Holmgren on the slam.
Ooh, putting on a show for the fans. Going up for the graceful reverse.
Oh, that had a little extra sauce on it, Grant. White for three. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Thunder leading by 8. Pass to Caruso. Over White. Caruso misses. Fourth quarter play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. And he commits the intentional foul.
Second personal foul.
Here's Tatum. Now White. Shot clock at 6. Back to Porzingis. Great D that time from Holmgren.
Aggressive mindset, but the defender just as determined to send him away empty-handed.
And the big finish by Holmgren.
Oh, what great action we've seen tonight. Hard to imagine a more entertaining game.
No, this is about as high-octane a game as you're going to find.
Oklahoma City grabs a miss.
Well, you can tell right there he just wanted to go for the jam, but the defense too good and distracting.
Deflects the pass. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Dort for 3. Porzingis grabs the board.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's foul number 2 for him. Outside Tatum. Pass to White. 5 on the clock. Outside Porzingis. Shoots over Holmgren. And that one's good. Porzingis. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. A minute 6 left to play in the fourth. Inside. Williams. No good off the glass.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one. He handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside.
White can't hit.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
Outside, Williams. On the wing, Caruso. Dort for 3. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Dort outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Holmgren. And here's Caruso outside. Boston with a rebound. Connects from downtown. So we see Oklahoma City get the win here. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
Yes, they did. And, you know, you have 2 choices. You can either succumb to the hostility in this arena, or you can feed off of it and use it as motivation. They did the latter.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Behring, Grant
We'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder matched up against the defending NBA champions, the Boston Celtics. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. Along with Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Hall of Famer David Aldridge will be joining us from the sidelines moments from now. It'll be the Celtics off the tip. Left side, Tatum. Right side, Porzingis. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Well, the defense just gave him that shot, and he wasn't able to convert. Very disappointing.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. On the wing, Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here he goes. It's good.
And moving with such speed, the quickness of SGA's drives, something to admire.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. He immediately mentioned that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, of course, is at the top of their scouting report. He told me the key to stopping SGA is defending without fouling. Easier said than done, but try to keep him off the free throw line. And try, emphasis on try, to make Shai a jump shooter. A very tall task. Guys?
All right, David, thanks. And Coach Derek White spent his first 4.5 seasons with the Spurs, and Coach Greg Popovich, who did a lot to boost his confidence.
Yeah, Kevin, White was a late first-round pick. He's a humble guy, very hardworking. I don't even think he realized he could be this good.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Dort wide open. Off target with his three. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Celtics. Tatum on the wing. And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Holiday. Inside. Porzingis. They now take the lead. Porzingis has got his second basket.
And nice use of size by Porzingis inside. Able to practically play on top of the D. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Here's Tatum after the made shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And what a luxury to run pick and rolls with Porzingis. He can roll to the basket or pop out for that jump shot.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Launches a three. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's foul number 2 for him.
Drew Holiday, second personal foul, second team foul.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Now guarded by Porzingis. Tries again. And Gilgeous-Alexander with the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 points.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
It's to Porzingis. White looking around. And the rejection by Holmgren.
Already set the Summer League record for blocks in his first game. Holmgren, one of the best young shot blockers in the league.
And they call an illegal screen here.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Now here's Tatum. Outside Holiday. The wide open look here for Porzingis. Drains it from beyond the arc. He's got 9.
The reflexes on Porzingis can surprise you. For a big, he plays with great quickness.
Pass to Caruso. This one for 3. Rebounded by Tatum. Boston leading by 3. On the wing, Holiday. Celtics passing it around. Back to Porzingis. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. And Tatum pulls it down. And Boston has possession. Knocked away. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tatum. "15 seconds left in the first quarter. That's tipped. Here's Porzingis with fast break chance. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul.
Really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
And here's Tatum for 3. A big-time effort for Porzingis, providing a lot of energy for the Boston Celtics. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of... And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
In that first period, they showed a willingness to make the extra pass.
Yeah, it's the kind of offense every coach loves to see. Selfless and smart.
The screen from Brown. Got a piece of it. Outside Tatum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Good D by Holmgren.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
To the left wing. Williams scanning the floor. To the inside. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Pass to Tatum. Holmgren with the steal. Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. To the middle. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And attacking the rim. Holmgren making excellent use of that height inside.
Outside Tatum. Pass to Brown. To the paint. Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
Pass to White. Down low. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis has got 4 this quarter. And Greg, you talk about toughness, a compete factor. How does a team create that culture?
Call it critical mass. When you have the entire organization and enough players committed to that kind of effort, everyone has to meet that level.
Here's Tatum. Pass to Porzingis. Holiday up top. Tatum gets it inside.
Excellent job finishing on the inside. Tatum doesn't fear going in amongst the trees.
Here's Caruso.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
Outside Tatum.
2 minutes.
5 to shoot. Mr. Porzingis. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. 8 points for him. Right side, Dort. Beyond the arc. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them. Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Left side, Brown. There's 53 seconds left to play here in the half. That one goes. Count it. Porzingis has got 17.
Keep getting it to this man. I mean, once Porzingis catches fire, there is no putting that out.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren in the high post. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And he uses the glass on the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the game tied up here for Oklahoma City. Outside, White. Screen by Porzingis. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Good D by Holmgren. From downtown. And that's collected by Drew Holiday. Here's Porzingis. Here's Tatum. No good on the last second attempt there. A big-time effort for Porzingis, providing a lot of energy for the Boston Celtics. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far.
And when you have Dort on your side, this is what he brings on the offensive end. Great off the catch and fire.
Outside Holiday. Pass to Brown. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
Off and running right off the bat here to start the second half.
And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thank you. Jalen Williams is a do-it-all dynamo for the Thunder. Coach Mark Dagnall said, we've cross-matched him onto centers. We'll shift him to a point guard. It's hard to explain how impactful that is for you. You have a great offensive player that you're also moving all over the lineup. Kevin?
DA, the versatility. That is pretty special. Boston trailing. And here comes one, leading the fast break.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Picked up by Brown. A three. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, good for three. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 13 points. As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Pass to Holmgren. Lets it go. That one off the back iron and out.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
Tatum. And the dunk by Tatum.
And the defense hates to see it. Tatum putting on a little bit of a show with that jam.
Holmgren in the corner. It's stolen by White. Pushing it up. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. That one on Williams.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
A sequence like that really does sting. I'll tell you that much.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Boston leading by 3. Tatum looking around. They get a hand on it. The kick out to Holiday. Back to Tatum. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Tatum's got the lead up to 5 now for the Celtics.
Hey, guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
To the middle. The jump hook. Lets it go with the 3. Connects from three-point range. Tatum's got 15 points.
This is why Tatum is a volume three-point shooter, because he knows how accurate he can be.
He takes it in. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. It's good. And that's 15 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
There's 48 seconds left for the third. Up top, Tatum. 15 points in the game. Boston needs to get off a shot. And it's Brown missing. Thunder trailing by 3. Left side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Count it. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 7 points for the quarter.
The classic combo guard. Gilgeous-Alexander is effective in the two-man game, especially on that first option, taking it himself.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guy. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
Well, it's a players' league, but certainly coaching has its place.
And this is when a coach earns his paycheck. Analyze the situation and give your players the information they need to succeed.
The Celtics with the lead. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Tatum.
And it's the attention to detail that sets Tatum apart from most players in our league.
And this will be his second and third shots at the line here. And that one falls for Tatum.
Third personal foul, second team.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. To the paint. Here's Hartenstein. And he hits it to tie the game up.
Assist goes to.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfect.
Tie game in Boston. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports.
37.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Outside White. Outside Holiday. Outside Tatum. In the corner, Horford with it. Yes, and it's Holiday.
Sí, bro, sí, yo hablo. Lo que pasa es que estoy concentrado, no me puedo concentrar, por eso apago el micrófono.
And it's the long arms and broad shoulders that make Horford such a tough matchup inside. Teams try to get physical with him, but he's usually up to the challenge.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Greg, seems like we always talk about
¿Qué es lo que?
Alexander's offensive side. But when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his
Sí, yo soy de la capital. Soy Domi.
in the mainstream media. People in the know how good of a defender he is.
Tatum with it. Dort covering. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Driving in. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And a 3-level score that
Los Celtics, los Celtics.
all the way.
Holiday surveying the floor. Tatum a screen. The 3. 5 on the clock. And he's good on the 3 ball. Tatum's got 19 points.
Never a bad idea setting Tatum up.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebounded by the Celtics. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. To the inside. Brown. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That one on Williams.
Well, you got to foul Brown harder than this because he does convert well through contact.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Trailing by 4. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul, second team foul.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. That doesn't go either for Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
And now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, the fast break chance. Holmgren gets the bucket.
And playing up tempo, pro-level ball can be hard for some guys, but Holmgren has easily made the transition.
Outside, Tatum. Inside, Williams with the steal. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander's got it all tied up now for the Thunder. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. And it's in there. Porzingis has got 19 points.
And you can rely on Porzingis in these moments. He's always ready to shoulder the load offensively.
Pass to Holmgren. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren the screen. Clock at 6. Oklahoma City moving it around. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Mark Daigneault talking to his team during the break. Now he's encouraging them to keep attacking in the paint. He said, when we get inside, we score. Simple as that. Keep attacking and don't settle for anything that's not at the rim. Kevin, back to you.
All right, thank you, David. Here's Tatum. Rebound by Williams. Oklahoma City trailing. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Over in the corner, Dort. Here's Holmgren. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Another shot. Back to Holmgren. To the middle. Rebounded by the Celtics. 1:11 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit. Right. That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Outside, White. Tatum on the wing. Pass to Porzingis.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Over in the corner, Dort. That's short off the rim.
Well, the defense just dared him to take that one. Poor execution on their part, but they got lucky.
Now, Tatum. Contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
And at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
Pass to Holmgren. They need this one. Porzingis with the block.
And just fast off the floor to challenge shots. Porzingis, this helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
Here's White. Misses there. And so it's the Boston Celtics with the W. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And that's going to do it.
It's the Philadelphia 76ers facing the New York Knicks. Along with Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson. And we've got our reporter, Allie LaForce. And it's the Knicks to start out. Outside Achua. Kicks it out Towns. Out of bounds. It'll be Sixers ball. Richard, what do you expect to see from this guard matchup?
These guys are lethal one-on-one, but I think the key is to keep their teammates involved, playing unselfish basketball.
And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Now here's Maxey. Outside Edwards. Pass to George. The kick out to Maxey. Count it.
Now that's confidence right there. This is when you know Maxey is feeling it.
And what a breakout fourth year for Tyrese Maxey. Named to his first All-Star game in 2024, Richard.
When the Sixers traded away James Harden, it really opened up things for Maxey. Gave him the ball more responsibility, and you know what? He showed up.
Now here's Brunson. 5 to shoot. Drains the triple.
Pretty much the second Brunson gets the ball, he's into motion, and that's how it's done.
Maxey with it, and it's Anunoby picking him up. Stolen by Anunoby. And that one is hammered home.
And just good hustle. Always nice to get an easy bucket on the break.
And making sure they convert by finishing strong.
Pass to George. Towns with a rebound.
Just enough resistance to force them as barely. That's when he'll generally make.
We know how great Joel Embiid is, but he simply hasn't been as effective in the postseason.
Part of that is because of all the defensive attention he gets. We know things tighten up in the postseason and things become much more challenging. That's why he needs a better supporting cast.
He hits the second from the line. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Kicks it to George. From deep. The Sixers again can't hit.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Back to Anunoby. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And though he has a scorer's mindset, Brunson willing to make the next pass.
Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Just outstanding distribution. This is the kind of team chemistry that you love to see.
Pass to Achua. Bridges with it. Outside Brunson. To the wing, right side. Here's Towns. And it's New York scoring again.
And Towns can make this shot in his sleep. It's something the defense must guard closely.
Here's Maxey. Achua with the rebound. And the Knicks with possession. A big stretch here going. 10-2. Kicks it out to Anunoby. No good with the triple. 76ers trail by 6. Oh, they get a hand on it. Pass to Maxey. It's deflected. .152 left in the first quarter of the game. Outside Achua. Anunoby on the wing. Back to Achua. Achua with the dunk.
While he's a bit undersized for a 4, he more than makes up for it with his bounce.
And Maxey's got the ball here for Philadelphia. Trailing by 8. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Jalen Brunson's craft sets him apart. He said, quote, "I've always played with my instincts and tried to see the game a couple plays ahead. As I've gotten older, that part of my game has gotten wiser and better, but I'm still learning." Ryan, that's a scary thought for the rest of the league.
He's already plenty dangerous, Allie. Now here's Brunson. Achua for 3. Joel Embiid with the board. George with it. Towns covering. George feels it out a bit. Here's Embiid. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. Outside Brunson. Pass to Towns. No good from outside.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Precious Achua. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
19 seconds left to play in the first.
Get out of that man's way. Embiid throwing down that power finish.
New York leading by 3. Brunson up top. Kicks it out to Anunoby. Basket is good. Off the assist from Brunson. Anunoby's got 7 points. Here's George. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And so it's New York, leading by 6.
The 16. The 76ers.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. All right, guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
Well, their offense is clicking so far, capturing the momentum here early on.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified some weaknesses, and they are exploiting them.
Now here's Maxey. Back to Embiid. And Embiid fires it home.
You can tell Maxey enjoys moving the ball. He likes setting up other guys.
Talking about Tyrese Maxey, Grant, here's a guy who's improved every year.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, from averaging 8 as a rookie to 26 points during his breakout 4th year, Maxey has added to his game every offseason and turned himself into an elite scorer.
Inside. And Edwards slams it in.
Smart pass from the quick-thinking Maxey. Outstanding at finding uncovered teammates.
Outside Brunson. Out to Bridges. There's the triple. Rebound by Philadelphia. Outside Maxey. Pass to Embiid. And there's the foul. It's on Joel Embiid. That'll be a second foul of the game.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
Knicks leading by 4. second quarter of action. About a minute and a half played. Anunoby can't get it to go. Maxey with it. Towns covering. No good. Achua with some nice D. It's Bridges on the wing. No points so far. Back to George. Outside Edwards. Sinks another one. He's on a roll, starting 4 for 4.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Brunson taking his time here. Outside Achua. Back to Brunson. New York needs to get one up quick. The timer ticks. Achua. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Achua's got 5 now. RJ displaying at a faster pace. Work the same in the regular season as it does in the playoffs?
Depends on the opponent. Teams that like to slow it down and can be methodical in the half court can make it a slugfest. You have to be ready for that.
Here's Brunson. After the Sixers picked up a basket a moment ago. And it's powered home by Towns.
And yeah, this is what you like to see from Towns, using his size and strength to make things happen.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for New York.
Oh, boy, they've been driving deep into that defense early on, and it's paid off. Great penetration from the perimeter so far.
Now here's Maxey. And Jalen Brunson gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Oh, it's stolen by Towns. And now the Knicks on the break. Here's Achua. The rebound by Maxey.
How about the little guy throwing himself on the glass?
To the inside. And Embiid throws it down.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
Well, Grant, one thing about this Knicks team, they have a clear identity.
Yeah, they have the mentality of their city, New York City, playing the game with passion and in-your-face attitude. But, of course, these Knicks leave it all out on the floor.
Edwards, that's good.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Towns outside. Yes, and a nice assist from Brunson. Towns has got 7 points in the game.
Taking his shot, and Towns doesn't think he just acts.
Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. An MVP in this league, Richard, Joel Embiid. Is there any way to slow this guy down?
The answer, no, B.A. There is no way to slow him down. He's got the unique ability of size, skill, athleticism. You name it, he's got it.
And Grant, I know you played a part in Embiid's decision to join Team USA.
Yeah, B.A., I spent a lot of time talking to Joel Embiid and convincing him to play for us in the U.S. men's national team.
2-for-1 opportunity if they can time it right.
Great way to end the quarter.
Pass to George. And the ball out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards.
What is going on right now?
Knicks leading by 4. Here's Towns. There's the 3. Joel Embiid pulls it down. There's 18 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Now George. And Jalen Brunson gets the whistle that time. So that'll be a second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2.
He's such a good free throw shooter. You don't want to foul him unless it's absolutely necessary.
Here's Bridges. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. New York out in front, up 3. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime.
The team just loves to see Embiid fired up on offense like this. They really rely on his scoring ability.
Down low. Here's Robinson. Embiid with a nice defensive effort. George outside. For the lead. And the layup is up and in. And the 76ers lead by 1.
Getting it done inside. You know, I love seeing George be active on the interior.
Outside Anunoby. Pass to Bridges. 3-pointer. Anunoby can't get it to go. And Maxi's got the ball here for the 76ers. Outside Oubre. Outside Maxi. Oh, Robinson with a block. And so it looks like it'll be Philadelphia ball. Number 6 to shoot. To the middle. The Knicks with the rebound.
Look, I'll give him an A for effort for trying to dunk through the defense. Maybe he should ease up on that one just a little bit.
Well, Richard, he's the Iron Man of the NBA right now. Mikal Bridges takes pride in being available on a nightly basis.
We've all heard it before. The best ability is availability. And Bridges does whatever it takes to not miss games. More teams need to take this mindset.
And Mikal Bridges, still one of the better wing defenders in the league, Grant.
Yeah, he's so great at pestering a shooter. Good lateral movement and wingspan makes him hard to get around. He might not be the best in the league, but he is well above average.
Robinson can't hit. The Sixers trailing. George outside. Pass to Drummond. Despite Joel Embiid missing more than half of their games, Grant, the Sixers still won 47 games last season.
Yeah, B.A., and lots of credit goes to Tyrese Maxey, averaging over 26 points a game. Philadelphia also had some good depth, and that really helped.
And that's good as he hits both shots. And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Pass to Anunoby. Robinson with it. Lays it up and banks it in. Here in the second half, these teams still neck and neck.
I really like how each team is matching the other's intensity.
To the paint. George. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot and will go to the line. This will be his 3rd free throw of the game. That's good from George. Well, Grant, you often hear about how smooth Paul George's game is.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. Young players can learn a lot by watching his footwork. His timing, his ability to find the space he needs, it's just tremendous.
And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here.
Yeah, Coach no doubt wants to use this timeout to review the matchups and maybe make some adjustments as well.
I'm sure all of the above is in order, and you can never be too content.
You must have left your dancing shoes at home. Let's hear it from all the dancers.
Clock at 6. Down low. It's stolen by Drummond. It's a one-on-one situation. Stolen by Anunoby. Right with the ball. And Walker picks him up defensively. Shot's good by Hart.
No, he's just ridiculous. He's just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
Now here's Anunoby. 10 points for him. Drills it from deep. And now a three-point Knick lead.
Look at that catch and shoot ability from Bridges. Not all forwards have that skill.
George for three. It's hauled in by Robinson.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had for three.
Offensive board. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him.
And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players.
Para todos los que están conectados, yo juego en Salón de la Fama. Lo que me están preguntando es que no estoy viendo el chat. Yo juego en Salón de la Fama por la dificultad de tiro en recompensa alta. O sea, tengo que tirar literalmente perfecto para poder meterla. Y nada, así. Y la dificultad que pone mi oponente.
Here's Robinson. Oh, great finish as he gets bumped on his way up. He'll go to the line to try to tack on one more. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Free throw good, Robinson. Will grant all the high hopes Knicks fans have had in recent years. They have finally come to fruition.
Yeah, it really was good to see the Knicks have a great campaign last year. From the players to the coaches to the front office and the fans. They've pressed all the right buttons.
Screen by Robinson. And a big finish by Robinson.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Maxey with it. Now right defending. And no good. The dry spell continues.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
In a major drought, need to find some sort of momentum.
Robinson gets the bucket.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
And here's Edwards outside. Ooh, he's been flawless tonight. Now he's 6 for 6.
They're being put to the test, and he's doing everything he can to keep them in this game.
6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Tucker. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. George, right side. Right side, Maxey. Pass to Edwards. Here's George. And so it's the New York Knicks closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it.
The 76ers, 36.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. New York leading by 7. And here's Brunson to the right side. Kicks it out to Anunoby. Outside Brunson. Pass to Bridges. Clock is at 3. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Yeah, canning it from the corner isn't as easy as Bridges made it look that time. Ooh, bouncy. That should give him a nice lift.
Good timing. They needed that one.
And they need more where that came from. They're not out of this hole yet.
Brunson with it. Oubre picks him up. Out to Bridges. From downtown. And again, New York with the triple.
Oh, productive from back there. Bridges showing the range.
It's George on the wing. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Nick Nurse had to say to the team. First and foremost, he wants to see more points on the break. He asked his team, where's the urgency? We know what we can do in transition. Now let's go out and do it. We'll see if they can pick up the tempo, guys.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Achua for three. Philadelphia grabs the miss. The kick out to Edwards. Outside Oubre. Here's Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
The reach of Embiid with his size and wingspan, he's a real threat on the offensive glass.
And they go to the intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Right side, Brunson. Bridges outside. The three is up. And Joel Embiid pulls it down.
Yeah, and the defense really respects his shooting ability. They showed it with that tight coverage.
Pass to George. Here's Maxey. Towns with a rebound. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. Right side of Chua. Three-pointer. He buries it from three. And the Knicks lead by 9.
When he has enough space, he's more than comfortable letting it fly from outside.
Maxey attacking. The kick out to Edwards. Pass to Embiid. It's good. Set up beautifully by George.
Guys over 7 foot like Embiid, they are not supposed to do that.
Here's Brunson. Launches a three. And again, New York with the triple.
This has been the story of the game. A battle fought on offense.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
To the inside. 5 on the clock.
He's a small guy with big hops. Maxey goes up high for that finish.
Outside Brunson. Inside. Oh, George with a steal. And now the Sixers on the break. Maxey, that's good.
Attacking in a big moment. Maxey is not holding back.
.114 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Brunson. Pass to Towns. Back to Achua. And here's Brunson. No good on the triple.
Locking the arc down. Defense knows it's on them to scare off those shots.
And here's Oubre from the arc. The Knicks with the rebound. A basket here would give them some breathing room.
Slow down. No need to hurry. Take the best shot available.
Brunson with it. Guarded now by George. Outside Brunson. Over George. And the Knicks miss again. Now Philadelphia with it. It's a 5-point game. Off target from 3-point range. Bridges feeling it out a little bit. Pass to Brunson. From the top of the key, he connects. So New York wins it. I'm sure they would have preferred a blowout victory, but a win's a win.
And so true, but you have to credit the crowd for giving them such a big boost toward the end. It really kept this team's energy high.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thanks for watching the NBA.